Today I am going to teach about the dictionary. How can we create the dictionary in the Python? So there is the syntax for creating the dictionary. First of all, we have to write dictionary name and equals to in the curly braces. First we have to write key and then colon and value, and next value will be separated from comma. So for example, teacher is the dictionary and this is the teacher name, and this is the subject, this is the value. So in the every dictionary, first value is key and second is value associated with the key. For example, x equals to student, this is the dictionary, and you can find key values. Let's start keys. This is the keys value, and if you want to find values, then you have to write here start values. So in this way you can create the dictionary, and you can access also one by one. For example, for k in x dot keys, then print dictionary name, the dictionary name k, dictionary name x, and key value here is k. So here you are seeing dictionary value is printed. First is Vijay Singh, second Ravi Srivastava, and next is Ravi Srivastava. This is the accessing element of a dictionary. So first of all, we have to write dictionary name and the key. If that key exists in the dictionary, then associated value will be printed. I have just explained by practical. And characteristic of dictionary. So student, first is the dictionary is an ordered set of key value pairs. Unlike string, list, tuple, dictionary is not a sequence because it is an ordered set of elements. Dictionary are indexed by keys and its key must be any non-mutable type. Each of the key within the dictionary must be unique, means we can't repeat the key value. And next topic is dictionary operations. To traversing a dictionary, I have just explained. Adding element to dictionary. So in this we have to write dictionary name and key and then value. For example, employee is the dictionary, and here I am adding employee, debt, and the sales. So this is the sales value will be added on the key value debt, and when we see the output of this dictionary employee, then its content will be shown like this. Updating existing element in the dictionary. How can we update dictionary value? So for this we have to write dictionary and then key and then value. For example, this is the implied dictionary, and we want to change on the salary key value. So here we have to write employee salary equals to 20,000. This value will be updated in the dictionary. And this is the program. To write a program to create a dictionary containing name of competition, winner student as key, and number of their wins as a value. So for this we have to take number of students to n equals to input how many students, and competition winner equals to starting dictionary value is blank, and we have to execute n time because we are taking n students. So for a in range n, first we have to assign name of student, and that name of student will be work like key, and then value number of competition win, and this value will be added in the dictionary. And finally we have to print the dictionary value. For example, I am running this program for 5 students. So how many students? 5. And we have to add these records for 5 times, and in the last we have to print the value. Next topic is deleting element from a dictionary. So student, how can we delete the dictionary value? For this we have to write the command del and dictionary name and the key. For example, employee 3 is the dictionary, and we want to age key value. So for this we have to write del and the dictionary name and the age. So that content will be deleted from dictionary value. For example, x is the dictionary value, and suppose that I want to key value 102. So here we have to write del x and key value 102, and again check the output. The student, you are seeing that content will be removed from the dictionary. And next method is dictionary.pop and the key value. This will be also work. For example, imply.pop age. So that age key value will be removed. Checking for existing of key. So its syntax is key in dictionary and key not in the dictionary. I have just explained in the list data type membership operator in and not in. You can also check imply in the dictionary, and we have to check if this particular key is exist in the dictionary age. So age in the EMPL, so that age is exists in the dictionary, that's why its output is true. But when we check John in the imply, so that John key is not available in the above dictionary, that's why it is giving false. And next topic is dictionary function and the student. There are many types of the methods. First is len method, and len method is used to find the total number of dictionary values. For example, this is the imply, and when we want to find number of content in this dictionary, so we have to use len function. And next function is clear methods. So this clear method is used to remove the dictionary contents. For example, imply is the dictionary, and when we write imply.clear, so that content will be removed from the dictionary. First is get method. So this method is used to retrieve the value from key. For example, imply one that consists these dictionary values, and if we write empl1 dot get and depth, if depth is the key and that key is available in the dictionary, then its associated value will be printed. And next function is items function. This method returns all values from the dictionary. Next is the key methods, and key methods used to find the all keys from the dictionary. For example, imply that consists these dictionary values, and when we write imply dot key, then it will return these key values. The first key value is salary, second is depth, and next is age. And next function is values method. The student, this values method is used to find the values from the dictionary. For example, imply dot values, all value associated with the key will will return here. And next function is update method. By using this method, we can update in dictionary values, and its syntax is dictionary dot update and values. For example, imply 1, this is the dictionary value, imply 2 is the second dictionary, and when we write imply 1 dot update imply 2, so imply 2 will also added in the first imply dictionary. And these are the questions. This is the question: to write a program that checks for presence of a value inside a dictionary and print its key. For example, info is the key that consists these values, and here we have to take the value which we want to search, and we have to use the membership operator. So for this we have to write if inp in info dot values. If this value is exist in dictionary, then it will return true, otherwise it return false. And for a in info, and we have to retrieve the value from the dictionary one by one, and that key value will be checked. If that value is exists, then the key of the given value is printed, and this loop will be terminated. And next topic is sorting techniques. So sorting means arranging the list value or string value in ascending or descending order. There are the following types of sorting techniques. First is bubble sort, next is selection sort, and third is insertion sort. I have discussed this sorting technique in the class 11th. And student, this is the exercise of the chapter 2nd. What is the internal structure of the Python string? You already know. Discuss the utility and the significance of tuple briefly. The student, tuple is immutable data types and we can't change its content. And question number 14, why is the dictionary term as unordered collection of the object? So students, in the dictionary value are associated with the key. That's why dictionary is known as unordered collection of the object. Question number 20. What is the sorting? So sorting means the process of arranging the element in ascending or descending order. Name some popular sorting techniques. The student, especially in this chapter, we have studied about 3 sorting techniques: selection sort, bubble sort, and the insertion sort. Type B, application based question. What will be output produced by the following code fragment? First A, y equals to str123, x equals to hello asterisk 3, print x comma y, and then x equals to hello plus world, y equals to length, and print y comma x. The first y store the value in the string, and x equals to hello multiply 3, that means hello will be replicated 3 times. So print x y, so hello will be printed 3 times, and then 1 2 3, and x, so x here, x value is hello plus world, so new value of x is hello world, and value of y 1 2 3, and len function will return 3, and print y comma x. So here value of y is total number of characters in y, and then value of x. So the student, I am giving this exercise to complete. There are many questions in this exercise. For example, write a method in the Python to display the element of the list thrice if it is the number, and display the element terminated with hash if it is not a number. For example, means numeric value will be thrice and string value will be string value with hash will be printed, and this is the code related question, CBSE 2015. So how can make this type of the program? Student, x is the list that consists the string value, but some string value only in the digit form, and other value is the strings. So we have to write for k in x, and we have to check each and every element of x, and if that value is digit, then we have to multiply by 3, means we have to replicate 3 times, otherwise we have to print a string and terminate it with the hash. Again, I am running this program. This is the correct output, and second program is this is the second question. They write a program to input any 5 numbers and find the sum of only even numbers. So for this we have to use any list, but that list consists only 5 numbers. We have to take the value by using the list or the eval. So already know what is the meaning of eval function. By using this function we can directly take the value in the list, and after that we have to find the length of this list. and starting value of sum equals to 0, and we have to execute these programs 5 times for k in range if num k modulus 2, means starting value of k is 0, so that means we are accessing on the 0 position. If on the 0 position values is divisible by 2, so that value will be added in sum, otherwise that value will be skipped. So this in this way this program will be executed 5 times, and after that we have to print the sum of the even numbers. Execute this program. Here I am giving some value like this. These are the 5 values, and sum of only even numbers 12, means in this program only one even number, that's why sum is 12. Again run this program. This time I am giving some values, and this time sum is 136. So student, we have completed second chapter, and I am giving the homework to complete the second chapter exercise, and next day I will continue next chapter. Bye.